You're probably tired of creating generic images inside Claude chat that look something like that. That's why I've developed a workflow that lets me generate beautiful front images, the hero images, and it also lets me generate very nice body carousel cards that have beautiful backgrounds, that have beautiful fonts, and even animations, and all those special effects, the glowing, and it even creates images and puts them on top of the cards. Again, inside Claude with HTML, without connecting to any image generations, so almost for free, without wasting credits. I'm also going to give you this visual card builder. So with this HTML visual builder, you're not going to be doing tweaks only with prompts and chatting with Claude, but also you're going to be doing it real time, editing your texts, changing your images even right inside this builder, similar to how you do it with site builders. So we're going to create professional carousels. I will show you how you can replicate viral and beautiful carousels. And we're going to build a carousel library that you will use as a reference of like a library of beautiful carousels that will always be consistent with your style and you can always rely on it. I'm going to show you how to stay on brand with your carousel generations. And I'm going to show you how to post all these posts automatically from Claude Chat. So what do I mean by recreating someone else's carousel? What I mean is when you come across a carousel that you like, you can use it as a visual reference for whatever you want to create. So you don't have to basically replicate this carousel identically, but you can adapt your topic, whatever your topic is, to the way they present this topic through their own carousel. So this skill that I'm going to give you, it tells Claude to basically copy the background and basically put you into this image and to recreate the fonts, to recreate some visual elements and make them your own, related to your own topic, basically. But it just recreates, remixes this composition and this overall vibe, so it stays the same. And so you know it has worked for someone and it's gonna work for you as well, in terms of like the reach and the engagement. So what we're going to do is you're going to have your long text, whether your voice note or a YouTube transcript, yours or someone else's, and you're going to have your reference carousel, the one that you want to recreate. And you're going to upload this skill that I'm going to give you into Claude, and Claude will work with your text. It's going to give you the output of a well-structured winning structure of like cards and the overlay texts that you're going to approve, and it's going to read a caption on the topic. And then it's going to give some visual direction. So in that skill, I've given it instructions on how to like beautifully make those cards inside Claude with its native HTML. And it's going to also tap into whatever additional files you give it. And you can like create some more things with connectors, such as Higgs field. So the point of this workflow is that it is a workflow. So I intentionally don't call it a skill every time because I like the idea that when you have this MD file or this skill, that you make it your own first, and then you insert this skill in your Claude, because you may want to make it your own. And so we're going to be going step by step. It's going to give you all the steps you need in sequence, and you're going to basically create one thing first, then another thing, and as you go, you're going to improve it and adapt it to your own situation, because maybe you don't want it to be branded with your own fonts. Maybe you want to recreate it straight from the the source, and so on and so forth. So basically, what we're going to need to start doing that is you're going to need your Claude app, and we're going to use your computer folder, or preferably the Google Drive, because it's more flexible, it's always accessible, that where we're going to store your reference carousel and the output carousels. So I suggest you go to your Claude and connect all the connectors first. Connect your Google. You may want to do some tweaks in Canva. I mean, you can implement anything in this workflow just to make it comfortable for you. You can connect the Higgs field to generate the hero image, connect Metrical, which is like for posting this carousel automatically across different social media. So you may want to connect those connectors and then create the Google Drive, where I recommend that you create a folder for your own images and upload different selfies of you with different emotions, different expressions. We're going to use it for the hero image. Then a folder for any visual elements you want, maybe to keep your brand consistent. Basically, I mean, some images of like maybe some infographics or an image of your product, things like that. So there should also be this carousels folder where we are going to drop those source and reference carousels, and the folder for the output. So those carousels that you create are going to be stored in that folder too. So one thing to be aware of is that it creates the files, the Google Drive creates the folders in a restricted view mode. So make sure to switch it to viewer or edit to let Claude actually go in and see those files. So as for the workflow itself, the first thing we do is we need the source, the resource. So for the reference reel, I suggest that you have your like Google Doc or Notes where you would just dump all the beautiful reels, beautiful carousels, sorry, you come across, and reels too. I'll make a video on reels later. And basically just to make it, 1 to 5 visual format for references to recreate and to educate your Claude project to keep them consistent. For example, one for your case studies, another one for like some tips, another one for your personal, brand, and so you know better. But the point is, you will basically put those links in there, and then you need to download those carousels. So I suggest you install the Chrome app, Chrome extension toolable downloader for Instagram. So when you go to Instagram and you find the carousel that you like, you will just click on download, and it's going to pull out all these images at once. So I already downloaded them, and they are in your downloads, and then you basically just upload those images into a carousel folder on your Google Drive. Then we start creating it. So basically you go to your Claude chat, right? You drop this file that I'm going to give you, the skill, the workflow, and then you just type go, and it's going to read it, and it knows what to tell you. It knows what to instruct you to do. So for me, I've already started. So it went through step 1, and it generated, it connected all the connectors, the Google Drive, it's done all the setup. And for me, it also pulled out this brand guidance, the brand colors that I have, the fonts and the names and everything. But you can skip this part, or like you can basically customize it to your preference. Now I gave it a long form like video script. So it's a raw video script of the video that I just liked, and I wanted to recreate it. So you go to YouTube, and I also suggest you install this YouTube extension, which is called YouTube transcript. So when you click here, you're gonna click on subtitles, get subtitles, and simply export the subtitles of that video and just dump it here. It's gonna know what to do. So the first step is going to create the idea map. You're going to approve it, and then give it the name of the folder where this carousel reference is nested. So it found this carousel And it also pulled out all these carousels kind of characteristics, that it has the person standing in the wheat field with the bright blue sky and stuff like that. So it's gonna offer you to use basically its own style, or to go with your brand style, but to keep it, well, let's imagine your brand colors are like blue and I don't know, yellow. So it's gonna make this headline yellow, but it's gonna keep consistent with the overall vibe of that image. So first things first, is gonna suggest creating this hero image, the first slide. So make sure that it matches your topic, that everything is fine by you. It's gonna show you all the slides, overlay text. And once you're happy with everything, basically it's gonna ask where your own photographs are hosted. So you can give it the name of the folder where you keep your photos, and it's going to find the best photo among those that matches this image, I don't know, topic. I mean, the first card carousel topic, or it's gonna find the best image that matches this topic and that matches the vibe of this first hero image. So now it's offering me the layers, the 3 layers. I split the creation of this first image into like 2 or 3 layers, because it gives me a more reliable, like better outputs with image generation. So first thing I do is I replicate the background and put myself in it. And then on the same image, I put all the texts and then the like visual elements, or both together. So it's gonna offer you to create this first layer, me standing in the bright field. So let's try what it gives us. So it's called this Higgs field connector, and it's asking me to drop the 2 images, the one of the reference and one of me, into it. So it helped me pull out both of these. So I'm going to drop them there. And then I just click continue. So it has generated like 2 images, and then it's making the third one because it's improving on itself. So let's see what it's gonna be like. You can also go into your Higgs field and you can see it from there, and you can like keep doing things, any tweaks that you want with that image, like right here. Or you can simply give it any like direction. But usually for me, one iteration, 1 or 2 is enough, because of the layered system that I told you about. It's much easier for the image generator to create just an image without like any conflicting like elements on top, as from what I've found. So we create that first, and then we put on the layer of text. So by default, it's going to create the images in a lesser quality. So like for the second or the third iteration, you can ask it specifically to give you the output in 4K, but it costs more. So for experimenting, you can do the like 1K or less, just to see how it looks. And then you can specifically ask to make your image even more photorealistic, and to recreate all the elements as they are, and plus add the overlay text for the like second or the third iteration, and to give it in 4K now as the final output. So let's check out the result now. It's actually a bit better. I need to probably tell it specifically with every prompt that like even though you have it in the skill in the instruction, it still sometimes like fails to comply. But all in all, it looks better. I mean, but we can tweak the text a little bit to put it lower, but
let's just continue, but you can
also create your own avatar in Higgsfield, and it's gonna make it so much easier. So you won't have to go through this process over and over again. But I do realize that it costs credits. So I think that like 10, 15, 20 credits per generating this, just making sure that you take a nice photo of you, like well visible, like full size photo and the face photo to make it easier to generate you in Higgsfield. So
hey, let's move on to the body cards.
the good thing about these body cards is that they're going to be generated inside Claude, so you won't have to spend all those credits on your body cards. But the first image is very important because it grabs people's attention, so we need to do it right with the first one for sure. But the HTML can also be made in a beautiful way, so let's see how we can do it.
So it has just built the 7 cards, and it pulled out this editor.
So yeah, look at this one and this one. And let me open it in Google Chrome because it's gonna distort the fonts a little bit. So here's the one, here's the one, here's the one, here's the one. So this image is gonna, like, it was generated with Claude, and it's genuinely just fine. It doesn't look generic, not as much. So you can basically play around with it, and you can drop some images on top of it. And then when you do, just make sure to copy the final HTML and to paste it back into the chat for the edits. So we have this one is a little bit off. We can put it here. We can put this one lower, and we can, like, I don't know, this one we cannot change manually, but we can definitely make something out of it. So let me look at the reference. Yeah, I mean, it's not copying it exactly as it is, because it's just referencing this real, but yeah, basically we can just pull this one up a little bit. It also made these like presets. You can ask Claude to make them the placeholder, and you can just drop the images there. And the last one is an animation, so it's going to be posted in the Reels as well. So once you're happy with your carousel cards, just ask it to post it through whatever connector you have with Madrigal or whatever you will connect, and or basically you can just download all those images as a zip file. So ask it to make it into a zip file and to download every format, PNG and MP4, and then just you can upload it manually as well. So just to summarize, the workflow is you generate the hero image first with making it as similar to the reference image as you want, and then you can generate the body cards inside Claude with HTML, and you can use any images from your Google Drive and ask Claude to pull them and paste them in there, or you can ask Claude to make placeholders or simply to drop those images on top in the Visual Claude builder. And finally, basically, you can make one of those slides animated right inside Claude. Just ask to animate it in whatever way, and then you post it. So that will do it for this minimalistic workflow on creating a better looking carousel. The point of it is that you create your own workflow with your own tools and your own tweaks, and then make it into a skill. So I hope you found it useful. Don't forget to follow me on YouTube for the next video on editing Reels. And if you want to have this skill that I've created, you can text me on Instagram the word carousel, and I'm going to send it in your Instagram DM. So yeah, that will do it, and I'll see you in the next video.